Hi, my name is Dory Bergman, and I'm going to talk about administering the IRI to one of my students, Shoshana. She's in kindergarten. She's currently a B reader, which is not a problem in kindergarten at this point or at any point really, except for the fact that she's very bright and very curious and could be advancing at a faster pace than she is, and it frustrates me a little bit to see her not advancing as much as I think she could. So I administered the IRI. I started with the primer A list of words. She got 90% of those words, and then we moved on to the primer B list of words, and this is from the Opitz and Erickson textbook, and she only got 50% on that, which was telling, because what I saw in that list was that there were many 2- and 3-letter phonograms that were tripping her up in the miscues there. So then I had her read the primer A, and she did a great job on the comprehension questions, but her miscues indicated that this was at an instructional level for her. She used a lot of strategies to help her read. But then when I moved on to the primer B, again, this was at a frustrational level for Shoshana, and even though the comprehension questions were very easy for her, even with all those miscues. This is my examination report from administering the IRI. So I created an intervention program for her I already used reading reform in the classroom to get the children to know their letter sounds and know their 2- and 3-letter phonograms, but all the other kids are so low that we're just concentrating on letter sounds. And we have of course we do study a lot of sight words every week and do word work, and we do other programs too. We do all kinds of reading strategies, but she needed to focus on certain 2-letter phonograms. So what I would do with her is review the 2- and 3-letter phonograms, have her make the sound, go through them before the rest of my intervention program. And then, as you can see, she would be like ooh, and and ing, so on and so forth. And this is what my intervention program looks like. I write these little silly stories that are based on her interests, and one of her main interests is cooking, so I have something about cooking. She's interested in babies, so I have a story about babies. She's interested in monetary units. She's interested in American history, which is really interesting. She's originally from Bangladesh, but she's totally fluent in English. So I wrote these stories. Each one of them focuses on her learning these 2- and 3-letter phonograms, and I list here the phonograms that the story focuses on. Here are comprehension problems, never a problem for her. And over here I introduce vocabulary. So for instance, cooking is fun. I read this with her, had her read it 3 times after I reviewed the phonograms, indicated the time for each one, the number of miscues, which I would circle in different color pen for each reading, and then the number of errors. On the final one for this story, she had 0 self-corrections and 0 miscues, and her time was cut in third, which is one of my goals, is to get her fluency up. And then comprehension, never a problem for her. She's very, very, makes a lot of inferences, asks a lot of questions, goes on and on and on and on and on and on about everything, but always her first sentence is a thorough comprehension. She comprehends what she reads. So that's my intervention program with Shoshana.